Avatar. Nowadays, even we are asked to take avatars. Any game you install, first thing is choose your avatar. Right? Some picture of yours with a funny looking picture or a cartoon form of your own. I mean, that word has been used very loosely, avatar. But actual meaning of avatar is descendants. Avataranam. Avataranat avataraha. Taranam is to move, cross, transcend. When we use a upasarga or adjective, ava, it means usually down. How many of you are Tamil here? How many of you know Tamil? I mean, that's better. So a vegetable which hangs down is called avarakai. Avara means to come down. Opposite of is ud. So avataranam is when Bhagavan coming down to our level. And when we raise our level to the Lord, it's called uddharanam. Uddharaka. One who is causing you to raise to the level of Bhagavan. Bhagavan also says in Gita, uddhare atmana atmanam. Na atmanam avasadayet. Don't bring yourself down. Uplift yourself. So Avatara is where Bhagavan, Supreme Brahman, has come to the level of human. Now, before the descendants of the absolute truth, Brahman, to be human, he had taken an intermediary part of coming down is Ishwar. So, Brahman, the absolute truth, indicated by Upanishads, when it takes to a form of a creator, that itself is an avatar. Because he has come down to the level of being a controller, a creator, controller of the universe. So the Ishwaratva itself is an avatar. And further coming down to the level of being where we can interact with the Lord. That is the human form which Krishna took, Krishna as a Krishna or Sri Rama. And it is said, Bhagavan Vishnu has taken 10 different avatars, actually more than that. 10 are only famous. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Balarama, Krishna, Buddha. Buddha is optional, Kalki. If Balarama you don't include, then Buddha becomes the 9th. If Balarama is included, then Krishna becomes 9th. So these avatars are for uplifting the human mind. Usually, when we understand the purpose of the avatar, and the very famous verse, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya, Sambhavami Yuge, right? Paritranaya sadhunam. That sound alone. Vinashaya chadushkrutam. Dharma Samsthapanarthaya. And then high pitch. Sambhavami yuge, yuge. The breath you have to take. So in the chapter 4 of Bhagavad-Gita, having explained in the chapter 3 about Karma Yoga, He explained about how to purify the mind through the right attitude in all our actions. He begins saying, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam. Imam yogam, this knowledge I gave to you, Arjuna, aham proktavan, I spoke about it. To whom? Vivaswan. Vivaswan is sun. I gave this knowledge to the Lord Sun. When? Before creation. Imam vivasvate yogam. Vivasvate for the Vivaswan. Proktavan. And what kind of a yogam is this? Avyayam yoga. Imperishable. Vyayam na gacchati or navayam na vidyate idi avyaya. That which is never perishing. This imperishable knowledge. That Vivaswan, that is sun, he gave to the first human king. Vivaswan manave praha. Manu is the first human kings. Because we came from Manu, because we have become human. Human. Human is, we are descendants of Manu. So, Vivaswan manave praha. And it is said, Manu, on the other hand, he gave to the well-known kingdom or kings coming out of Ikshvaku. That is where Rama also. Because Rama belonged to Surya Vamsha. So, on the descendants of Surya Vamsha, Ikshvaku. So, Vivaswan manave praha, Manu Ikshvagave abravit. This is what he said. And then he adds to saying that evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. Evam, in this way, paramparaya praptam. By the process of this giving it to the next descendants, traditionally it is given to the next generation. And that is called parampara. Paramparaya praptam. This way it has been obtained by the tradition of teacher and the taught. Evam parampara praptam. Who were given this knowledge? Rajarshaya. So Rajarshi means they are Rajas also and Rishis also. So they were royal kings. Please note, it is not given to Brahmanas. It is given to royal kings. Why? Because they were the rulers, and the way they rule with so much integrity, wisdom. Yatha Raja Tata Praja. So the entire kingdom get influenced by the quality and integrity and the values of the king. If the king is wrong, others are also making wrong. Because king is wrong, making wrong. So nothing wrong. Everybody is also acting wrong, working wrong. My king is itself wrong. But if the king is right, then you will be right. So Rajarshrayo Viduhu. Then if it is descending from the Lord himself to the Son, Son gave it to Manu, Manu gave it to Ikshvaku, Ikshvaku gave it to Rishis, and then it came down, then it should be available to us. What is the need for Bhagavan to talk about this? He says, Sakalena mahata yogo nashta parantapa. Mahata kalena, due to passage of time, yoga nashta. This yoga which I talked to you about, it had lost its power, or it lost its authenticity. That's what he says. Now, important thing is, why the yoga or karma yoga is important for us to know, or even Arjuna to know. And why it is considered as the most important or most powerful when it was given by Lord himself. The reason is, number one is, the source of this knowledge is Vedas. And source of Vedas is Bhagavan. So when the creator himself is talking about something, it has the greatest authenticity. If you are creating a new recipe and you are the authentic person to explain that, so it's coming from the very source itself. If it has come from somebody else, so over a period of time, it has lost its essence because the authenticity is lost. People who are practicing were not keeping the purity of mind while teaching as well as while practicing it. The power of teaching is not in the teaching, but in the teacher. How powerfully he practices that. That gives greater strength to the teaching. Okay, anybody can talk. Professors in the college also can talk about Gita, isn't it? But when it comes to Swami Chinmayananda, if you go to any UCLA or San Diego, there is a religious department, there is a professor who will talk on Gita also. But will it have that authenticity? Will it have that power? It won't be. Because the person who is conveying this knowledge must have a total faith in what he says. Not because this is a knowledge, I have to give it to you. But I believe in this. I have a full faith in what I'm saying. That way a person, when he speaks, then only it has greater authenticity. So over a period of time, due to other priorities of life, they have lost the strength to convey it correctly. Second is, this knowledge is most powerful because of what it results in. The result of this knowledge is moksha, release, freedom, salvation, liberation, total ending of the unending cycle of birth and death. Whenever you market a product also, you have to talk like that only. This product is not coming from anybody else. It's a Tata product. So that means there is a brand name involved. And it can, usually they say, it can clean up much better than any other soap brand in this whole market. But here, it is not that kind of a thing. It is not comparable to something else. This knowledge can give you ultimate liberation, the total freedom, here and now. This is the second reason. This third one is that it has been passed on for a long time, and without people really finding its value, they will not pass it on. The value of this knowledge has been understood and experienced by the people, and therefore they have passed it on with great reverence and with great devotion to the Lord. So therefore, the very fact that it is even today it is available, what was given some 6,000 to 8,000 years back, even today it is available means what? Over a period of time, it has not, been ignored by anybody. Whether they experienced it or not, but they never ignored it. Okay, even if I have not experienced, let me pass it on to the next generation at least. Very often you will find The father may be a smoker, but he doesn't want his son to be a smoker. Right? Maybe smoker na bhi karo. Even if I am a drunkard, but I don't want my child to be a drunkard. Even if I am a thief, I don't want my son to be a dacoit. Why? I know I could not follow that anyways, but at least my next generation should be okay. So they did not ignore this knowledge, even though they perhaps not gained the full benefit out of that. But let me pass it on. So this way, it has been passed down over many, many thousands of years. Therefore, it is very, very essential for Bhagavan to speak about it. So, now again, coming to the point, why Bhagavan has to give it himself? What he said was, Evam parampara praptam rajashreyo viduhu. One generation, next generation, it has been passed on. So what is the need for Bhagavan to come at this point to give this to Arjuna? Arjuna had been given by somebody else also. What is the need for Bhagavan to take an avatar to do this? So this question, the reason is, with an impure mind, the knowledge will have no validity. Knowledge will lose its value when it is received by a mind which is not pure. Because this knowledge is that Shravana Matrena Jnanam Bhavati. By listening itself, you get the result. Now, let me ask you this question. What is the color of this book? Blue? Green? Yellow? White? Blue? Red. Now, all of you agree with this?
Yes.
Right? Now, who told you that it is red? Who told you it's red?
We learned it.
So somewhere at some point of time you heard the word red when somebody had shown an object of this color. Without that listening to that knowledge or that conveyor of information, you do not know what is red. You might have read, but you don't know what is red. Even if you read this is red, what is red? So you don't have the concept of what is red unless you have been told this is red. Correct? Now, if you look at this example, you not only had heard the word red and some object is shown with a particular color, which you distinguish from other colors. It's not blue, it's not green, it's not white, it's not yellow. This is red. Why? It is different from whatever I've seen before. This is red and this is white, this is blue, this is green. So the distinguishing features are understood by you when you are young. Second is, you had faith in the person who is saying this. Whether it's your own mother or a teacher, this source faith you have. If you have not believed in the person, you would not have had that knowledge. Right? In any knowledge you take. If a student does not believe in the teacher, will he get the knowledge? Or if he doesn't listen, does he get the knowledge? Clear? In the same way, as much as it is necessary for us to gain any knowledge, we need to first of all must hear, Shravanam. Second, you must believe in the source. Correct? So even to gain the objective knowledge about objects in the world, you need to have this Shraddha. In what? Shraddha in what? Shraddha in the Pramana. Pramanam, the source. The source can be the book, source can be the teacher who is giving you that knowledge from the book. Second is Shravana. You should listen to it. Without listening, no knowledge will take place. So when you say, I read a book and again I am not listening to it, even reading is actually a form of Shravanam only. You are actually listening to the words of that person who wrote the book. You may not be standing in front of you talking it, he is giving that knowledge through, speaking you through the book. Now, about things that we can physically perceive, for which we need an authentic source to understand what it is, what is unknown? You think about it, how much of Shraddha you should have. A thing visible to you and showing it to you that this is red, you see the color with your eyes and come to register that this is what is known as red. For a thing unseen, undemonstratable, cannot be shown by the senses or seen by the senses, how much Shraddha you should have there? Because the teacher is not going to demonstrate to you. It cannot be shown as an external object. Iske karan hi, this is the reason Chitta Shuddhi is very, very important. The mind must have total faith and no distractions, no impurities. Because as even we are listening, we are not able to comprehend the truth, it is because the mind is having some other priorities. हाँ, आप बताओ, मैं बाद में सोच के I will think about it. ये सोचना or thinking about it and then knowing it, because at the moment our mind is not ready for it. Therefore, Bhagavan has been emphasizing through Karma Yoga, what is that to be done? Chitta Shuddhi, purity of mind. That's the previous topic. जिसके पास चित्त शुद्धि नहीं है, जिसके पास ज्ञान का complete पूर्णत्व is not there. Those who do not have the purity of mind, they have knowledge, but it has not become their experience. And when they pass it on, there is some pollution there. When over a period of time, when it comes to that point, evam parampara praptam rajarsyo viduhu sakale namahata yogaha nashtaha. The authenticity is lost. Therefore, Bhagavan said, what to do? I have to come back again. Very often, you might have seen, let us say you have a problem in particular product and you call the sales office. I have an issue with this particular brand that you sold or thing I bought, and I need to know, the technical details of it. I don't have, what is that? So the person at the sales counter may not have full details. He will try to answer you, and you know that he's empty. He doesn't know much. Call your supervisor. Because you are not able to answer my questions. Is it not that you go to the next level, the higher level? Even that he cannot answer. I want your scientist or whoever is it. There's a higher guy who did this. You go to highest level to find out whether he is able to answer the question. Why you want to go to the higher level? Because he is expecting the other person who is boss, his boss or his senior may have a better information than what this fellow has. Isn't it? Finally, one who manufactures the product alone can tell you what exactly is the ingredient gone into that. The salesperson may not have that information. Similarly, Bhagavan himself has to come. Now I have to tell you what it is. Because others, what they have told, has over a period of time has lost its value because they have not got it right. So here, the impurity of mind has removed or reduced the power of this teaching. That is the reason why मुझे अवतार लेना पड़ेगा. This is also the reason why Karma Yoga was taught by Krishna. Now you see, उपनिषद में आपको कर्म योग का वो विचार नहीं हुआ है. In Upanishad, you will not find the discussion on Karma Yoga. क्यों? The Upanishad student, first qualification is purity of mind. If he is not there, teacher won't even look at him. Parikshalokan karmajitan brahmanaha nirvedamaya. Nirveda means vairagyamaya. Total dispassion. Nasti kridena. By doing any action in this world, I will not obtain liberation. Clear? Karmana na mokshaha. Sambhavati. By action, I will not reach end of my cycle of birth and death. So what is that which I will gain? From where I will gain is only through correct knowledge, even that is spoken by the right person. Tadvijnanartham saha gurum eva abhigachet. He has to go to Guru, Samitpanihi, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam Gurum abhigachati. He has to go to a person who not only has read the scriptures, but also practices it. And if he has to go to a person who is a well-read, wise person and living in isolation, and he is abiding in the higher nature of himself, to go to that person itself is difficult. And when he goes there, that teacher will not take anybody who is unqualified. It's a waste of time. Because it will take time for that fellow to even purify the mind. And what I will tell you will not able to comprehend easily. Swami Tapovam was such a kind of a Mahatma who would not give easily. Chinmayananda has to really struggle hard to go and reach him. He's very, very strict. So, if Bhagavan has spoken about Karma Yoga to Arjuna, it is because he is still not qualified. I can give you that knowledge, but it will not work for you. So, Krishna says, okay, practice Karma Yoga. Purify your mind. Without that, even as you gain the knowledge, it will have no effect. No, many times when you go for Ayurvedic treatment, etc., and to forget about allopathy, they will never ask you the diet and all. A below, bills below, bus. Okay. But they would say this medicine will not work unless you avoid these things, do go for the diet, and then you take this medicine, it will have an effect. And because we cannot follow, or we cannot be well disciplined, we go for the allopathy route, where what is it? Put an injection or insulin and then sweet cow. Whereas if you go to an Ayurvedic, stop. Unless you stop that, it will not work. Solution won't be there. Temporary relief you get, but not solution. Solution, if you want, you have to stop or change your ways. So, Karma Yoga is a prerequisite for most of us, almost all of us, because even as we are listening, due to the impurities of the mind, the knowledge is not yielding its result right away. So this very reason why Krishna had given the knowledge directly to Arjuna, Karma Yoga. Arjuna's question is, you said that you gave this knowledge at the beginning of this universe. But I see you in front of me, maybe a little older than me. That's all. How do I understand Ado Tvam Proktavan iti? How do I understand that you gave this knowledge at the beginning of the universe? So Bhagavan says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. Many lives are passed. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani. Many lives are passed. Tavacha, yours also. Which means what? Mine also. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna. Tani, all of them. Tani janmani, vyatitani janmani, aham veda. I know all of them. Natvam veda. You don't know. This is a simple, straightforward and statement by the Lord. Many lives I have passed and you also. I know all of them, you don't. Now the question is, Bhagavan ko bhi bahut janma hota hai? हाँ, tell me. भगवान को भी जन्म है? He says that. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani. You have to think. How can Bhagavan take many lives? So the very fact that we have gone through many lives is because of our karma. What we have done in this life cannot be completely experienced by us in this very life itself. Therefore, our karma, what we have done in this life, leads you to next life to experience the result. And we don't stop there. Again, we do many things that we cannot experience there in that life. Then again, one more, and then one more, and one more. It goes on. भगवान को कोई कर्म नहीं है. He is not a receiver of, he is not a karta, he is not a person who actually does with an intention to gain a result. And only when that is there, there is a, next birth. How can he become? Then he will become like a jiva only. If he is also going through many lives, like all of us. And he is no good, no better than a jiva. This thought will come. It does not come to you, but it is when you start thinking, you will understand that. That is the reason why immediately he answers that Ajobi san avyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san ajaha abhi. I am actually unborn. There is no birth for me. Because why? Aham avyaya atma. I am an imperishable self. That which never changes, that never has a beginning, end, or any transmigration. Avyaya atma aham tasmat aham ajaha. Anything that is eternal cannot said to have a birth. So I, the imperishable one, is unborn. Ajobi san avyayatma. Second, aham ishwaraha bhutana. I am the Lord of all living beings. Meaning what? Not today. Not today I am a ruler. Not today I am a president of this country or something. From the very beginning, I have been the Lord of the universe. Bhutanam Ishwaro Abhi, Son, being, Swam Pragritim Adhishtaya, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. I, keeping the Maya under my control, Na, I am not the one who is janmam aham na labe. Mayaya sambhavami. Sambhavami yuge yuge metavar. Sambhavanam is not jananam. Manifestation and not birth. I manifest. I come to assume a form, keeping Maya under my control. Meaning, Maya doesn't create me. Prakriti doesn't create me. In our cases, as a jiva, Maya creates us. Meaning, Maya in the form of 5 elements and their peculiarities, which is consumed by the father and mother, and then combination of that creates the form. That's what you and I are. It is, we are born out of matter. As an individual form, we are born out of matter, and this physical matter is then therefore none other than the creation of Maya at various levels. It's a Sattvika, Rajasika, Tamasika levels. I'm not like that. Prakritim swam avashtabhya Atma Mayaya sambhavami. Here, Atma Mayaya means by my own power over the Maya, not the one who is controlled by the power of Maya. Is as much as a Mayavi, a magician, he uses the tricks of magic to show us something. He's not tricked by what he shows. There'll be a problem, right? Oh, I didn't know that. No, he knows very well what he's doing. You may get deluded, but he is not. Only those people behind the stage know what he does. Those who are other side of the stage or watching will not know what is going on. But those who are assisting him, those who are helping him out, they know exactly. It's only not showing you what is to be seen and showing you what you do not. It's what the opposite. What you see is not what is there, and what is there you don't see. That is the way a magician will make it appear like that. But once you know what it is, then the whole interest will be lost. Yeah, I know it. But Bhagavan makes sure that you don't understand this. Then you lose all the interest. Anyway, Atma Mayaya sambhavami. All right. Now, so Bhagavan cannot have a physical matter as his form. It cannot be possible because he will not come under the control of Maya. Because matter being the product of Maya, matter being the product of the Prakriti, and he says, I under my control is the Prakriti, then how can he be one who will be born out of matter? So, that is why he says, Aham avyayatma, Ishwaraha aham, ajataha aham, ajobi san, avyayatma, bhutanam Ishwarobi san, Atma Mayaya aham sambhavami. Again and again I will. In other words, I decide in what form I should appear. Should I appear or not? Do we have that choice? Did we decide what body we should have? Whom our parents should be? Whether male or female, are they? He, she, or they? Did we decide? Even when we made the choice, we made a wrong choice. You know that. I don't want to go further on that. So, as even we don't have a choice as far as which body to take, whom to have as my parent, nothing. None of those. Bhagavan says every aspect of mind is a choice. How to appear, where to appear, in what form to appear, when to appear, for what purpose to appear. And that is why he says, I keep the Maya under my control. This is what it is. When we have no choice, we are product of Maya. When he has complete choice, he is Ishwar. So here, in one place, Bhagavatam, Bhagavan Krishna says to Narada, Maya kesha maya srishta yanmam pashyasi Narada. Hey Narada, yen mam pashyasi, what you are seeing me as me, Maya kesha maya srishta. Even the Maya which is creating everything is my srishti. It is not the Maya is there, and then you take the power of Maya and then start doing it. That itself is mine. That itself is me. Maya ki hesha maya srishta yanmam pashyasi Narada. Because of which you are seeing me. Sarvabhudai gunair yuktam na drishtum arhasi. Sarvabhuda gunair jushtam. Yuktam. Sarvabhuda gunair yuktam. See, when we understand the creation, earth, if you take the element of earth, it has all the other four qualities also. Every element has got a part of 1/8 of other qualities. In the Panchikarana, when we discuss, we understand that every element keeping half of its own quality, the rest of the half has taken from the qualities of the rest of the four. It has on its part 1/4 of water. Earth has got 1/4 of water, 1/4 of fire, 1/4 of air, and 1/4 of space. So quarter, the half is complete. 1/8 of water, 1/8 of the earth, 1/8 of the sun, air, and 1/8 of the space. So the half of it of its own and other half of it is not its own. So this way only the physical earth, physical water, physical fire, physical air, physical space that we experience is a combination of all other. Otherwise they cannot be together. Meaning each one of them have to lose themselves to accommodate the rest of them and make it complete. This is what makes the gross world possible. Every form of physical form is none other than combination of, as I said, 5 elements. And they don't fight with each other. It's not earth alone, earth plus water. The water alone, earth plus water with fire. Maya, therefore, is coming to a point of grossification because of this kind of accommodating other qualities. Holding on to its own quality, not accommodating another, you cannot see. Space cannot be seen unless it has all other 4. Earth cannot be seen unless they have the other 4. So what Bhagavan says is that if that combination does not take place, there is no form. And I, one who is the creator of Maya, I am not a combination. Therefore, in my original form, you will never be able to see me. Because the Maya, which is a combination of different aspects of elements, alone can bring about a form. I am not a combination. I am absolute. So, Sattva aspect of air, fire, water, space, and earth cannot be seen. Cannot be seen. Like, for example, can you see your mind? It is sattvic quality of this Maya. Sattva aspect of Maya is manaha, buddhya, ahankara, and chittam. You cannot see it. Why? It's from Sattva aspect of Maya. Whereas air, breathing air, which is the Rajasic aspect of Prana, is a Rajasic aspect of Maya. You can feel it. Energy. Energy can be even measured. Mind you measure. Try. It's measure is only when it comes to grossified form. Anyway. So therefore he says, Sarva Bhude Gunair Yuktam Na Drashtumarahasi. So this apart, also as much as I am imperceptible, real person cannot be seen, so also me as the Jiva is also Adirahitam. Jivasya Adyatvam Ashrutam. Jivasya Adyatvam Ashrutam. You cannot say Jivas have started at this point. You cannot say life began at this point. Can you say that? Even though science is trying its best to find out the origin of life. Now, I was on the other day also telling, then I was on documentary series I was watching and trying to find out what their, concept of life. And I was watching, where are they going to say this point? And then, the other day in the class also I discussed on this point. So, and then they show that nature was created and then there was life. What is it? Where is it from? No explanation. And then there was life in the water as a single cellular thing. Right? Okay, what is our origin? Chetanasya adyam kim? Where is the origin of consciousness? You cannot say from unconscious, conscious came. How can that be? It's just opposite. From matter, consciousness cannot come. It itself is by nature inert. No, it came from other consciousness. Which consciousness? The Bada consciousness. No, father consciousness it came. What is the origin of that? If you go on analyzing, you will have to come to a point. I don't know. That is why it is said, Jivasya Adyatvam Ashrutam. So when we look at ourselves as the beginningless presence, then we understand what Bhagavan is saying, Ajaha Aham. I am also unborn. But only thing is, because the Jiva had identified himself with the matter, therefore, Bahuni Janmani. Many lives. That is why Krishna says, Bahuni me vititani janmani tavacha Arjuna tani aham veda. I know all of them because I am the Atman of all of them. I know what all you have gone through. But not tvam, not other. But about me, you don't know. Because I have not taken my avatars, even if it had been in the past, out of karma. I have done out of my own choice. Since I made my own choice, I know it. And you did not make your choice, you don't know it. That's a simple thing. So when the child is small, in sleep it eats. The mother used to feed them by the eating also, by sleeping also. He doesn't know that he ate. What did I eat? I have no idea. Why? Because you ate not consciously. You didn't make that choice. Whereas when you make a choice and do, you know exactly what you did. See, in any action, when we make a choice and do it, we know exactly how it happened. Similarly, Bhagavan says, I made a choice to manifest. Therefore, every time I manifested, it is out of my own choosing. Therefore, I know why I came. But you came accidentally most of the time. You have no idea which body to take, where to live, or which house to be. No choice is made by you. You have no idea about what has happened past, what will happen in the future also. Now, usually people say, Avatar is for Dharma Samsthapanam. Dharma Samsthapana Arthaya. Kaunsa Dharma? What Dharma we are talking about? Is it that righteousness in the world? Is that the reason Bhagavan has come? Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yoge. Usually that's what people say. Re-establish righteousness in this world. What righteousness? About what? See, you have to analyze this carefully. So I was looking at these various sources to understand this. In Gita Shastra, Dharma means moksha marga. In the Vedas, when it comes to mantra, brahmana and upasana portion of the Vedas, it is about kama and artha. Dharma is meant for kama-prapti and artha-prapti. To obtain objects of joy and wealth. The objects of joys includes punya. Because punya is meant for Swarga-prapti, which is Bhogamumi. So, therefore, in the Vedas, they talk about Dharma as a means to pleasures. I mean, not wrong pleasures, on the correct way of doing it only, pleasure, joys that are required or needed or wanted by the people. And also, the means to enjoy that is artha, the wealth and prosperity, and then position, and then the power, and then all that. So you can get a dharma, I mean, artha and kama through dharma. But when it comes to Upanishad, dharma is meant for moksha only. Moksha dharma eva dharma. Now, when you ask why Bhagavan has to come for dharma samsthapanam, think about it. When your need is only artha and kama, dharma is a means, but dharma is not the only means. In today's world, anybody want wealth or pleasure, will they go for dharma? Are they? Don't even know what the spelling of dharma. Forget about anything else. Oh, that is why they reject the Vedas. So why? Because I don't need to go through that marga to get wealth and pleasures. Isn't it? What is the need? I have various methods of getting it. Bhoga-Ishwarya-prasaktanam. Bhoga-Ishwarya means what? Kama and artha. Bhoga-Ishwarya-prasaktanam taya-pahrita-chetasam. Their mind is already caught up in that. Samadho achala. They will not get that. What? The mind will not become calm or quiet and peaceful. Why? Their mind is kidnapped by artha and kama. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya apahrita chetasam vyavasayatmaka buddhihi samadho na vidiyate. Their mind is uncultivated and not available for moksha. It's very clear. And Bhagavan says, therefore he says, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunya Bhavachi. Understand, the Vedas are meant for obtaining artha and kama. Majority of it. What did he advise to Arjun? Vedas are only for that. What do? Reject it. How dare you say that? Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Nirdvando nitya sattvasto niryoga kshema atmavan. Yoga and shema aapke liye nahi chahiye. And later on we'll see, if you worship me, I'll give yoga kshema also. But that's a different thing. He may probably contradict himself. But he is a niryoga kshema atmavan. Nitya sattvasto bhava. Meaning what? Na rajas, not tamas. Because rajas and tamas seeks bhoga, kama, Rajas seeks Aishwarya. You become Sattvic. Sattva requires, Sattva seeks moksha. Nitya Sattvasto Bhava. Now tell me, therefore, Dharma means here then what? What Dharma he wants to protect? Moksha Dharma. He happened to talk about Kshatriya Dharma, etc., only to get him ready for moksha. At the end, he says, Sarvadharman Paritaksha. If you are thinking about Kama Artha as your means, I mean, Dharma is meant for only Kama and Artha, that Dharma you have to give up. Sarvadharman Paritaksha Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyaha Mokshaischa. Bhagavad Dharmam Lelo. So therefore, Bhagavan's coming there as avatar is not for Dharma which popularly known for establishing righteousness. No, establishing Dharma as a means to moksha. Therefore, what he says, Sadhunam Paritranaya. Isn't it? एक जो साधु को कोई परित्राण करना है, कौन है साधु? मोक्ष मार्ग में जो जा रहे हैं वही है साधु, उसका प्रोटेक्शन के लिए. Because they are meant, they know if I am following Dharma, it's for moksha. And that anybody disturbs, then I will have to come. If somebody is following the Dharma for the sake of Artha and Kama, you do whatever you have to do. I will not come for that. That's not my forte. Paritranaya sadhuna. So sadhu log who are not seeking Dharma, Artha and Kama, they want only moksha. When they are not allowed to do it, then I have to come and protect them because they know why they are following it. Now, this is Avataara-rahasya. When you superficially read, or popular translations will not give you this insight of what is the purpose of avatar then. Bhagavataha Avataara-rahasya Dharma eva mokshasya marga tad dharma sthapanartham moksha dharma sthapanartham Bhagavataha Avataaraha. The descendants of the Lord into this universe is to establish. See, that's why he doesn't take a weapon in his hand. What I am trying to teach you is get ready for the war and fight the war with purity of mind, with an intent to purify the mind. Then you become eligible for jnanam, jnana-dvara moksha. And the jnanam should be associated with bhakti. The love for the Lord alone will propel the jnanam to move further. Otherwise, it will just stay there only. So, this you should understand as the Avataara-rahasya. Now, next one is Gyaana-praapti-saadhana-upadeshikaayai. जो ज्ञान है वो मोक्ष के लिए ही है, उसका उपदेश, प्राप्ति. How do we get this knowledge? And why does he consider jnanam as important? He says, Bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavam agataha. Jnana tapasa madbhavam agataha. Meaning, by the tapas of knowledge alone, people have reached me. How? Jnana tapasa putaha. Putaha means those who have become purified. So, jnana is the highest purifier. Yesterday also we saw that nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. There is nothing that purifies you than knowledge. Because jnane sarva karma agilam parisamapyate. all actions will come to an end in knowledge. Once you know it is not necessary, you can become aware of that, you will not go for it any further. When your goal is clear and the knowledge about how to go about it is also clear, you will not deviate yourself. Let's say you are going from here to another place and your GPS is showing this is the short route. Will you take then some other route? Unless you have too much of time with you. I want to explore. Go in the opposite direction, somewhere else. So when the UPS says this is the way you'll reach in half an hour and this is the road you take, let me go this way. You may go, but you not reach there. So once knowledge has come, your karma is clear, straight. And in that, in the raising of the awareness of knowledge, your unwanted actions will just burn away. Karma you cannot give up on your own. It will come back. Because what is the cause of karma? Vasana. The latent tendencies that are there are the cause for me, which propels me to a particular set of actions. And unless I overcome the vasanas, karma will not end. You may not do it today, tomorrow you will do again. That's why we are not able to give up our habits. Why? Because we don't see the emptiness of it. Once you know that this is not actually helping me, then you will stop it. Otherwise, that's why many people cannot do the dieting or exercise too long, because after some time, chodo bhai, baad mein karenge. I'm only 75. It's too early to do all. And another 15 years later. So why we are not able to stick to our routine of discipline? Why? We don't see clearly. The knowledge is not coming to our mind. We are externally trying to adjust, while internally we are seeking it. So, bahavaha jnana-tapasa puta matbhavam agataha. By many people, by the tapas of knowledge, purifying themselves, have come to me. Now, what's the time? Okay. There are two levels of purification. One is karma yogena, another jnana tapasa. Karma yoga or performing action as a dedication to the Lord also purifies the mind. That's a basic filtration. A higher filtration takes place only in knowledge. Karma yoga is where you still engage in action with the dedication to the Lord in your mind, and then not seeking results out of it. As a seva, you do it, and then you proceed. But when it comes to jnanam, when it comes to the practice of knowledge, you will consider and understand that purity is much higher. In what way? मैं करता ही नहीं हूं, मैं कर्म करता नहीं, नैव किंचित करोमीति. That is the purity there. नैव किंचित करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित्. I am not the doer. That is highest purity. तो कौन करता है सब? Bhagavan is doing through me. I am not the doer. So doing and purifying is different from knowing I am not the doer. That is knowledge. So in the 5th chapter of Gita, Bhagavan says this. The highest purification takes place only when you know you are not doing it. That is a jnana tapas. That is the tapas of knowledge. Even as one is engaging in action, knowing pretty well. Now, if you look at yourself, many of the things that are happening in you are not done by you. Are you all breathing? Are you doing?
Yes.
Are you growing old or not? Are you doing? Many things, 99% of the things that is happening to us, sunshine. Are you doing it? What is that you are doing? No, tell me. You need to tell me. No, let me check that. What is that you are doing? Swami, I am listening to you. That too, once in a while only. Once in a while means it goes somewhere and it comes back. Goes somewhere and so even there, the mind is not under our control. Even that is not under our control. What to do? Is it not? Even our own mind is not under our control. I've spoken for maybe 1.5 hours, let us say. Now tell me, what did I speak? You know it. Why should I tell you? Even that listening is only partial. Why? Without your control, it goes somewhere else. Either it is Ishwar karta hai or Prakriti karta hai. What is it you are doing? And when we really look at it, we are not doing much. And we own many things as though the doer. That is where the problem is. Bhagavan said that is the problem. When I am doing it, Prakriti is doing, why are you owning it? Prakriti he kriyamanani karmani. Ankara vimudatma. Karta aham iti machyate. Even though as the Prakriti is doing according to its quality, then you think that you are doing. So, therefore, there are more things to say, but anyway, I'll just... He says very clearly that the jnanena jnana tapasa puta madbha mamagadaha tasmat jnanam sreshtam. It's a supreme indeed, this knowledge, because that is the greatest purifier. How to obtain knowledge? Tadvitti pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Go and surrender to a teacher, seva karo. More than that, surrendering and seva, prashna pucho. You ask question, otherwise the teacher would not know what you know. He will assume that you know. In one Upanishad, after all the Upanishad is over, the student is asking, Upanishadam bru. Give me Upanishad. The teacher gets so frustrated. I spoke all this and that is Upanishad. Go home. Upanishadam bru ki wo. Po ni. Go away. Upanishadam bru. So, go to the teacher, tadvitti pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam. Jnaninaha upadekshanti. The men of knowledge, their only role in their life is to correct advice. Upadeshanti te jnanam. So, jnanena tu tadajnanam yesham nashidamatmanaha tesham adityavat jnanam prakashayati tatparam. Jnanam tatparam prakashayati. So, whenever we read, we have to understand main point. Jnanam tatparam prakashayati. Knowledge will reveal you the truth. Ajnana nashanena. Jnanena tu tajnanam yesham nashidam. So those in whom that knowledge have already destroyed the ajnana, it itself will reveal you the truth. So directly the answer is given. Jnana upadesh. Jnana ka upadesh kyun? Why Bhagavan took so much time to explain this? Because jnana se hi hoga moksha. And what is the effect and the result of this knowledge? Ihevatairjita sargaha yesham samye stitam manaha nirdosham ki samam brahma tasmat brahmani te stitaha. In this very life itself, you will come to have, it's okay, don't live. So in this very life itself, you will conquer the samsarga, that is prakriti, and the mind will abide in the highest, in this ita eva. Okay. And while does yontas sukhe Avataara-rahasya, such a person who will start enjoying the blissful Brahman, antarjyotireva saha sayogi brahma nirvanam achirena adhigacchati, brahma bhutaha adhigacchati. No, don't worry about it. It's okay.
That's all.
If your attention is gone there, then the problem ends. Attention should be in one place only. So, but while dealing in this world, while one is pursuing this path of knowledge, how do I look at all other people or whatever is going on around? Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Even while interacting with the world, don't leave attention through everyone who's the bhokta. Whether you are giving to your husband or wife or the children or friend or neighbor or anybody, your pet also, उसमें भी भोक्ता कौन है? ईश्वर ही है. भोक्तारम यज्ञतपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम सुहृदम सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा माम शांतिम ऋच्छति. माम ज्ञात्वा शांतिम ऋच्छति. माम ईश्वरम ज्ञात्वा शांतिम ऋच्छति. ईश्वर एव सर्वभूतानां सर्वभूतेषु भोक्ता. In all living beings, the one who really is there experiencing the world is me only. So even while interacting with the world, don't lose attention that he alone is receiving from you. He alone is watching you. He alone is listening to you. He alone is teaching you. He alone is guiding you. In that way, one should live in this world. That is the effect of knowledge. So, muktihi iha eva. So that is how jnanam is unparalleled in giving the final beatitude. Gurudev used to say beatitude is a word. Beatitude is the final bliss. I would say be attitude. Just be. That attitude is the bliss. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.